Ram everyone, and welcome back to My Sai in 100 Years of Sai, where we reflect on Swami's divine mission through the heartfelt journeys of his devotees. Today's episode is truly special. We're joined by someone who needs no introduction in our Sai family. Her incredible and inspiring journey with our dearest Bhagawan and her unwavering dedication has touched many lives. But before we begin, here's a short glimpse into her incredible story. Auntie Dolly has been part of the Sai organization for almost 50 years. She has served as Balvikas Guru, EHV Guru, Devotional Coordinator and Regional President. She is one of the first Gurus in Durban and had the blessing to graduate as a Guru by our dear Lord Sai. Recently, she was chosen to be interviewed by the National Council on her experiences in the Sai fold. With love and gratitude, I'm honored to welcome Auntie Dolly, who I was fortunate enough to have as my Balvikas Guru. Auntie Dolly.
My loving Sai Ram to you.
Thank you for joining us. So let us begin. How did Swami first enter your life?
I don't think the younger people will remember. The older ones will remember. During that time, there was this roti that everyone, the devotees were bringing to the homes. And there was a miracle happening with that roti. When it was kept by the shrine and black tea was poured on it, and it was kept overnight, and in the morning when they got up, that roti used to multiply. So every day it used to multiply more and more. And when I looked at that my mom had also brought it home. And when I experienced that miracle, I was just, amazed at how it could happen. And at that time, because of all this, there was a photograph of Bhagawan in the local newspaper. And that picture I cut out and I kept it. And I still got it on my shrine at the moment, okay? That small newspaper cutting. Okay? And after that as well, my brother, Kapala, he had gone to India. That was in late 1969. And he traveled there by ship because that time there were no flights to India from South Africa. And when he was there, he heard this LP long playing record with Bhagawan singing the bhajans in it. And he was so amazed by it. And he heard that the person that was singing in that LP was a miracle man. And then he bought that thing and he brought it home. And that was the first time I listened to Bhagawan singing the bhajan. And it really inspired me to also, to start singing a little bit as well too, And then after that, of course, I joined them. I heard there was a group, Sai group, which started in the local area in a small temple. It was just a wooden iron building. And I started going there to the service after that.
So, that you said 1969?
1969, yes.
Auntie Dolly, you mentioned the miracle of the roti and the black tea. Is there any other miracle that you have experienced that you would like to share with us?
During that time or after that?
Anytime, anything that you can
okay.
hold a special place for you.
I went to Prashanthi in 1980. And on the 19th of December 1980, I witnessed many miracles performed by Bhagawan while seated at his lotus feet when I was called for an interview. He had materialized 2 pendants for 2 little girls. He materialized rings for one other devotee and also for Mr. C.R. Singh, with whom I had traveled. He materialized a ring for him. And then he looked at me and he materialized vibhuti and gave it to me. And then he asked me, "How is your health?" I told him, I'm okay, Swami. He said, no, you're not okay. And then what he did, he just, with a wave of his hand, he materialized a pendant and he gave it to me. And I was so amazed and, so happy about it. I couldn't even believe it. And this is the pendant that he had materialized and given to me. One side is his divine face, on the other side is the Aum Sri, which I treasure up till this moment, and I don't take it off my neck at all. It is always with me. And I don't show it to anybody. But today, the first time I'm showing it to everyone. I think this was the time for me to do it. Everything happens when the time is right. I was just wondering, why he said that my health is not good. But he, as an avatar, he could foresee what was going to happen in the future, right? I had decided to go and visit a Balvikas class in Bangalore. So Mr. and Mrs. C.R. Singh, they took me there. I went, I sat in the class, and after that, the Balvikas teacher gave me some mantras with the tape, and she also gave me some Balvikas lessons that she had done there, the mantras and some bhajans as well. And while taking that thing, after that class we visited, we were coming back to going to the flat. It just happened that an auto that came very fast, and he lost control. We were walking on the pavement, and he knocked me down. And I fell down on the pavement, and the auto went on top of me. And they were all saying, and there were pedestrians that were walking past. They came, they helped to take the auto off me. And then for a few minutes, I think only, I didn't know what was happening. And then after that I could hear Mrs. C.R. Singh saying, Aum Sri Ram, Aum Sri Ram. He's holding my pendant onto me, and he's saying, Aum Sri Ram. I got up from there, and I think with Bhagawan's grace, I just went through that incident with just some bruises. But I had to go to the hospital for some treatment for my bruises, and also an injection for the infection and for the pain as well.
Fantastic. No broken bones, nothing.
Oh, yes. I was really blessed to have that, for him to materialize that pendant and give it to me as well.
To Swami's protection. Sr Dolly, you said you went to watch a Balvikas lesson. So, what inspired you to become a Balvikas Guru? Was it that lesson? Was it those tapes?
What had happened when I was a member of the My Sai Center, a devotee from Fiji, she had married a South African, and she came to settle in South Africa. And Swami had told her at that time, you must go to South Africa and you must start Balvikas classes. And she was the first Balvikas Guru in South Africa. And she used to go to different centers and teach Balvikas, and she came to My Center. And I was a member at that time. So then when she was teaching, I used to go and sit in her class. And there were few of adults as well, not only children, that attended the Balvikas at that time. And when I went there, I learned about the mantras and the way to do prayers and things that I didn't even know. Because we grew up in a family that did only ritual worship. And we don't know why things were done, what were the deities we were praying for, nothing. And we were not allowed to ask questions. When we ask who it is, what we are doing, who are we praying for, the answer was, when big people tell you something, do it. Don't ask questions. So we had to do that. So when I started going to this Balvikas class, I learned a lot. And then I said, no, I don't want the little children growing up as well to be like us now. We don't know anything about the chanting of the mantras and doing the prayers and the significance of all that. So that's when I also thought of, starting Balvikas classes after that. And then after, I went to, there was a Balvikas Gurus training course in Prashanthi. I went for that, and then after that, I think that was in 1982. I went for that course, and then when I came back, I started my Balvikas teaching myself. And that time, Merebank Center had no venue, so I had to teach in my garage at home. I started the classes in my garage. And after that, of course, when I had another class, children were coming in. Then the late sister Rosalind Naidu, she is the mama of Prega. She took the other class and she taught in my lounge, in our lounge, I should say. And I taught in the garage. So that's how we started, with the teaching Balvikas. And of course, it expanded. After that, when the Hillside Sai Center opened, I started the Balvikas classes here. And then I went to Chatsworth Region 2 when I was first and spiritually inconvenient and the president. I did some Balvikas there too. And then, of course, while there, I started the EHV class in Valbaduct in the informal settlement here.
Auntie Dolly, what age groups did you teach?
Balvikas. We started off about 6 years, when they were 6 years, and it's a course that runs for 9 years. But now we have also taken more older children because they missed out, and then the Balvikas Gurus try to, hasten the teaching as well with more lessons quicker because they can imbibe quicker than the little children as well.
And how do children respond to the values in those lessons?
I think they responded very well. As far as my observations are concerned, they learned very well and the discipline was good. We even had feedback from parents. They said they see a change in the child when they attend the Balvikas. Okay? And the other important thing, the other thing that I was also happy about was that the parents come back and tell us, they also learn from the children because they don't know the prayers and all. And when the children go back home, the parents also learn from them. See, and they also say that the children are, well behaved and they're more disciplined when they attend the Balvikas classes.
Do you have any favorite stories or memories that you hold close to you from the days that you were a guru?
Okay, one of the things that I observed, at least I was happy with the Balvikas children, is that the class that I took in the garage, the Balvikas children, that photo was displayed in Prashanthi. That was when I went for the World Conference. I think it was in somewhere in the 1980s. I went for the World Conference and I was so happy to see that photo of my Balvikas class displayed there at the exhibition in Prashanthi. Okay. And the other thing I can remember is one of the classes, I think this was when I was in the Hillside Sai Center. That was in the Merebank Center. This was in the Hillside Sai Center. The Balvikas children had written letters for me to take to Bhagawan. And then I had taken those letters and went. And they were quite a big pile of letters, And what had happened was when I sat there and I gave it to Bhagawan, he had to look at it and he went away. One time when he came, he looked at it, he said, too many letters. But in the end, he happened to take it. He took it from me, and then I was happy. Before I came, he took the letters. And the follow-up to that as well was when I went for another interview, okay. Bhagawan asked me, he said, how are your children? I was taken by surprise, right? I said, I'm not married, Swami. But he had meant the Balvikas children of my class,
And Sr Dolly, looking back over the past 5 decades, how has Swami shaped the person that you are today?
I think I should say I was blessed to have Bhagawan as my Guru and my God. Because only through his grace I am where I am today spiritually. Starting with the Balvikas, I learned about all the prayers, the mantras, and also after that when I became the spiritual wing convener at the hillside, that was when the center started. I was the first spiritual wing convener. For many years I was a spiritual wing convener. I had to do a lot of reading to get the knowledge about the teachings of Bhagawan. And I had to learn and try and do it myself before I could tell the devotees about it or talk to them about it. And I think to an extent as well, I had fulfilled at one of the interviews when Bhagawan told me, he said, you must follow me, right? And he didn't say I must follow his physical form. I understood that he said I must follow his teachings. So I try my best to do what he wants us to do for my spiritual upliftment as well. And I know that at the moment I can say that I have progressed spiritually, which I would not have done if it wasn't in the Sai organization. And by participating and being a member of the Sai organization and participating in the activities of the organization, that was what helped me to progress spiritually, which wouldn't have happened if I was just an ordinary devotee staying at home. So the organization is also very important for my spiritual progress as well. And I was very interested in the Advaita philosophy that Bhagawan wants us to follow. So I did a lot of reading of his discourses, and I'm aware now that, the divinity that is within each and every one of us, which we were unaware in the beginning. Only by reading and listening to Bhagawan's discourses, we get the knowledge about the Advaita philosophy. And that is what we must try and follow now. To realize and manifest that we are God, that God is within us. So I am trying to do my best now to feel Bhagawan's presence within me as a consciousness, as the awareness in me that is guiding me in my life. Okay? So now I am becoming more aware of my thoughts. Okay? I know it's only when our thoughts are purified will we be able to hear the inner voice that comes from within to guide us on our spiritual path. So I think I am making some progress in that path as well too, with my spiritual progress. And also, of course, to say what I think, do what I say as well. So that to do what I say and to say what I think is very difficult, because we normally hide what we think because nobody knows about it, right? We think one thing, we say another thing, and we do another thing. A simple thing like, when we say, no, I have to do this today. Nobody knew that I made a promise to myself in my mind. Yeah. Then I overlook it, I don't do it. So before we think of saying or think of thinking something, we must be aware whether it's going to be possible or not, you see. So I am becoming aware of those little things. I'm not perfect, I'm just trying, as I said, to do those things so that I can progress towards that stage of understanding who I really am. Not this body, not this mind, not this intellect, but that consciousness, that awareness that is within me, that is the divine being.
Thank you, Auntie Dolly.
And also, I like to, my heartfelt gratitude, of course, to Bhagawan for being in my life, and also my gratitude to my parents for always supporting me in my progress and doing things in the organization and not objecting to the time I spent with the organization. They were so caring about it, and they were, helping me as well. And also my gratitude to my siblings, because for my trips, I made quite a few trips to Prashanthi, to the Lord's feet, and they were there to help me financially as well. So my gratitude goes to them as well too. And of course, not forgetting my gratitude to the Sai organization as well, for helping me to progress spiritually and to understand who I really am.
Listening to your stories, Auntie Dolly, is like reliving the Bhagavatam of Sri Krishna. What advice do you have for the new aspirants starting their spiritual journey?
I think everyone should understand that Balvikas is for life, not for living. So once you practice the 5 human values, that is Sathya, truth, Dharma, right conduct, Shanti, peace, Prema, love, and Ahimsa, non-violence, if everyone can start practicing it, especially from children, they will be able to live a life of morality and spirituality. And through those values, they will be living a life of happiness, peace, and contentment. Contentment is very, very important, because nowadays we can see it happening. Adults, children, youth, they never ever are content with what they have. They always want more and more and more. They don't realize what can really give them the happiness. The happiness can only be attained when they realize that happiness is within themselves. And that can only happen when they have spiritual knowledge. And parents, especially nowadays, they feel it's more important for children to attend all the other extracurricular activities, right? Going for karate lessons, going for dancing lessons, but they can't make that 1 hour sacrifice to bring their child to Balvikas, where that is what is needed for the child to be happy in life and peaceful as well and content. So I think firstly, the parents need to understand the importance of Balvikas and make that sacrifice, to bring the children to Balvikas as well. And then you will find gradually the new generation as well will grow up more spiritually, and they will be the examples of what Bhagawan wants a Sai devotee to be. I won't say Sai devotee, I'll say spiritual person to be, because he is for everyone. The teachings are not only for Sai devotees, for everyone, whatever religion you belong to. That's why in our emblem we have the 5 symbols of the 5 religions as well, because it is for everyone, not only for Sai devotees.
So Balvikas is for life.
Yes. It's not for living, it's for life. The normal education is
For living.
Yes,
So normal education is for living, Balvikas is for life.
for the life, yes.
Thank you so much, Auntie Dolly. It has been a pleasure listening to you. Your dedication and your devotion is truly remarkable. Thank you for sharing your journey with us.
As an instrument of Bhagawan, a loving Sai Ram to you.